Every adventure with the box. Nick Jr.
So man, it is 2014, man. We gotta take it back there. And when I think of 2014, I think of many things, my nigga. You feel me? We got the Migos just going crazy after uh, their mixtape Young Rich Niggas, and the Migos was coming out with No Label 2, and they was coming out with another one, a 2014 mixtapes. Rich, Young, I think it's either Young or Rich Nigga Timeline. And we also have Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug, just the dynamic duo of 2014. We have lots of artists coming to 2014. We had Fetty Wap as a one-hit wonder in 2014 with his hit single Trap Queen and stuff like that. You feel me? And yeah, but that's besides the point. On second thought, we had Drake in 2014 with his track 0 to 100. We had Iggy Azalea with Fancy featuring Charlie XCX, nigga. What else? We had Future uh, from his pre-Monster era, 2011 to 14. It was a lot of things, fun things just going around in 2014. But that's besides the point, man. As y'all seen by the curriculum boards, y'all seen the characters, the OGs from the Nick Jr. friends. We finna talk about one of the legendary, most OG and most underrated eras to this day. Today we finna be talking about Nick Jr., but not just any era Nick Jr. We finna be talking about the 2014 through 2016 Nick Jr. redemption era, nigga. Now give them a round of applause, man. Now what I mean by redemption era of Nick Jr. is they would do this on and off airing of a certain classic. They'll say, oh, we won't, how do you say it? We won't be airing such and such until they make a comeback on this date of the year. It was just going crazy. Like, basically, Nick Jr. was just in their own league. Basically, what I mean is, like, Nick Jr. was just in their NBA 2K14 to 2K17 era. Or should I say 2K15 to 2K17 timeline, because and you got to think about it, because 2K15 came out 2014, 2K16 came out 2015, 2K17 came out 2016. So basically, Nick Jr. was just like the era of the 2K games, the greatest of all time, the National Basketball Association type shit. But that's besides the point, man. Like, I remember, the funny thing about it is, and I remember in April of 2015, Blue's Clues stopped airing in 2015 until they made a redemption of September of 2015. It was fire, man. Like Yo Gabba Gabba, for example, they stopped airing until they made a comeback in November 2015. It was just a lot of redemptions going on around this Nick Jr. era. That's why I said the Nick Jr.'s redemption era. This is their prime era. This is them just making a recovery of certain shows that we like, especially in Christmas of 2014. Like, and I'm talking about 2014 in general because the funny thing about it is they stopped airing Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends the exact year, September of 2014. They aired it again, so basically this them briefly airing the show. But anyway, they briefly aired Miss Spider's in October 2014. Then in the Christmas of 2014, they aired it again. And then Backyardigans aired briefly for 2 days of December 2014. Like I said, Nick Jr. was just making redemption after redemption after redemption, especially in 2016. They was just, despite all the new shows just coming out. I mean, I enjoyed them. I ain't gonna lie, but I didn't watch them much. I did watch Blaze, which was fire shit. I might make a video on the Paw Patrol era because Paw Patrol was going crazy around 2014 and 2016. Like, and the funny thing about it is, I remember that was prime Paw Patrol right there. Season 4 will probably be the final redemption era. Well, I would say redemption era Paw Patrol because I would say that would be the last great season of Paw Patrol in 2016 because it was just fire. It was dope. Like, even Paw Patrol was just going crazy around this era. Paw Patrol is falling off right now, but their 2014 to 16 league was keeping Nick Jr. going, man. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Like, they was just making a name for themselves, After 2013, nobody knew about Paw Patrol. Nobody gave a fuck about it until 2014 hit, and they was just, well, second 2015 hit, everybody started catching on that shit. Anyway, man, it was just redemption after redemption. Nick Jr., this is their league, man. Like I said, this was their league, yo. Their league was just top tier. So they figured, PBS Kids ain't making no redemptions like this, so we might as well do something that they failed to do. And that's what they did, Anywho, with all that being said, we finna be explaining more about how the 2014 to 2016 Nick Jr. redemption era was fire as finna. So, man, like Nick Jr. at this point, they was just in their I don't give a fuck era. We finna just dominate the charts once again. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. This is 2014 and do 2016. Like, put it like this, right? If y'all was in this era, man, y'all would understand Nick Jr. Y'all just wouldn't understand what they was doing. Now, to be fair, they are falling off heavily. They are in a lot of controversy right now, but so basically right now, y'all probably wonder what's Nick Jr. doing now. They're just getting into a lot of controversy and rants and shit, but that's besides the point though. 2014 to 16 will be Nick Jr.'s redemption. It's kind of like Noggin, for example. In 2015 and 2016, they was going crazy too. And I will make a video on that. Just give your boy some time and I'll make the video. Anyway, back to the Nick Jr. redemption era. After 2013, Nick Jr. was just like, 2014 it might be our biggest year. And the workers will be like, well, why is that? So the boss be like, well, simple. Let's make a redemption. We got to give the audience what they want. And they want a redemption of older shows. So why don't we stop airing some of the older shows and then make a comeback on them? That could be our redemption, right? So that's what they did, right? The workers was like, Shit, I never thought of that. The boss was like, well, probably one of the coworkers was probably like, hmm, are you sure about that, boss? Because I'm pretty sure the audience will be get tired of watching the same fucking thing. And the audience and the boss was like, I mean, you never know until you try, right? So they was like, well, the coworkers was like, you know what? That don't seem too bad. Let's try it, right? So that's what they did. They were and this it was working, man. You feel me? Despite all the some of the older shows ending in the years, Nick Jr. didn't care. They just still wanted to redeem themselves after the year 2013, right? I wouldn't say 2013 was a bad year. They just wanted to have a redemption era. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, in the late '90s through the early 2000s, they already had buzz in their name. Now, in the late '80s to the early '90s, they had no buzz in their name. So in 1997, they just started going at it. Well, I wouldn't say going at it by beefing with everybody the fuck else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm trying to say here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say, oh, Nick Jr. was going at this person. No. What I mean is, and like I said, before y'all start questioning me about what I mean by that, what I mean is they was going crazy. 1997 to 2004 would be their like 2008 Boston Celtics NBA league, right? So this would be basically be their somewhat NBA draft back in that era. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm basically saying. Now, and so boom, right? 2014 hits. Nick Jr. is just coming up with their biggest project called Blazing the Monster Machines, man. You feel me? But before they wanted to air that, they still wanted to make a redemption by bringing back Miss by the Sunny Patch Friends, Oswald, Gola Gola Island, Jack's Big Music Show, Backyardigans. Because the funny thing about it is, they stopped airing the Backyardigans in summer of 2013, and they was like, "Shit, let's stop airing the Backyardigans for a while, and then maybe in Christmas for the kids, that could be their little present, right?" Pause. I'm not trying to say that in a weird way. I'm please bear with your boy. Just trust the process, all right? Anyway, what I'm saying is the Nick Jr. wanted to give their children's audience a great present. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanted to be like, what gift can we give the children, right? So they was like, shit. Well, the coworkers would be like, what would be the ideas, right? They would be like, well, shit, boss, we can bring back the Backyardigans briefly, and then in 2015, we could fully air it again, right? So the boss was like, I never thought of it like that, right? So the boss was like, ooh. So the boss and his co-workers put it to work, and it actually worked. Now, in 2015 and 2016, Nick Jr. was already coming out with more of big projects, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't air much, but it did work. It did work out, right? So we have Little Charmers, Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. What else? Of course, Blazing the fucking Monster Machines, which is fire as shit. They brought back Miffy, the sweet little bunny. You feel me? They rebooted Teletubbies, which was pretty. How do you word this? I'm trying to say it in a good way. I was like, it was pretty fire though. I ain't gonna hold you. So they aired in 2016. They'll have Hey Dougie, which was a big ass hit. So basically, what I'm saying is, it probably grossed out a lot of more money than Lil Chalmers, Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, and the reboot of Teletubbies and the reboot of Miffy and shit like that. So basically, Nick Jr. was just making all these redemptions, and they was like, we could work on bigger projects. So how do I word this? The boss was like, I'll tell you what, let's work on some. How do you say it again? Hold on. Let me reverse that on second thought. The boss was like, so I'll tell you what. My idea was, I'm finna do it like this. I got big ass projects coming up, yo. You feel me? I got some projects coming up in my vault, and I want to work on them shits. So the boss was like, the employees, I'm sorry, was like, well, we want to make a redemption, right? And the boss was like, yes, I do want to continue our redemption era, but I'm just saying, like, I got some projects in my vault for these years. We can still make the redemption, you feel me? Until we stop airing the shows. But what I do want to do is work on some projects while we're doing it. So basically what the boss was saying was he wants to multitask. So the employees was like, that don't sound too bad. Now, 2 shows, right? In 2016, they come out with Hey Dougie and Rusty Rivers. Now, Rusty Rivers will air before Hey Dougie. Hey Dougie will come after. So they was just going crazy, man. You feel me? This era was just massively underrated, in my opinion, because y'all gotta understand, I was in elementary school around this time. 2014, I was in first grade. 2015, I was in second grade. And 2016, I was in third grade, man. So this era was fire for me, man. I ain't gonna hold you. And they still had Noggin up there, which I still want to make a video on that. On Noggin's point of view of their redemption era. So trust me, I got a lot of shit, good shit for y'all. So please bear with your boy. Give your boy some time, man. I got a lot of stuff going on in my real life right now. I'm taking care of myself and shit. So please bear with your boy. Anyway, I will make that video after this. Before we continue, I do want to apologize for not uploading. Like I said earlier, I have things going on in real life that I'm trying to, take care of and stuff. So please bear with your boy if he's not uploading. I appreciate you guys for, checking on me, seeing if I'm okay. I am okay. I just got a lot of things going on in real life right now that I'm trying to take care of. And I'm also, not only that, I want to take care of myself as well. So please bear with your boy. Anyway, let's continue. So yeah, basically Nick Jr. would be multitasking, making redemptions and shit. So they was just like, yeah, this is it. This is what we want. Let's do a redemption there. What the fuck is the worst that's gonna happen, right? So boom, right? The boss calls all the employees to work. They call everybody. They're gonna be like, oh no, give me a minute. Alright, we're back. Anyway, so the boss would just call all the employees. There was like, employees, y'all gotta come to work. Yo, we going crazy right now. The employees be like, what the fuck you mean we're going crazy? The boss be like, so the boss was like, I didn't mean it like that. Get out the gutter. We are going crazy right now. It's best if y'all come to work now. Y'all see what I'm talking about. So the employees was like, okay. That does sound too bad. So boom, all the employees come into the office. They seeing their redemption era going number one, going platinum. I'm not saying they was on the Billboard charts or nothing like that, but the employees of Nick Jr. was going grossing out $1 million fucking dollars and shit. They was like, "Yo, what the fuck? This is crazy, right?" So as Nick Jr. is seeing their redemption era work for them, they decided to leave that behind. And in 2017, they will start anew and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, man, did 2014. So as they move on to 2017, as they're in that year, they saying, y'all, we did it, man. We made a redemption era for ourselves. We will never forget this era. This era needs to be on fucking YouTube. We need a lots of people to post 2014 videos, 2015 videos, 2016 videos of Nick Jr., whatever, however the fuck y'all want to call it, on YouTube. They was like, we need these videos to come up here, man, because this is our time to shine. We're trying to do something PBS Kids failed to do. We're not trying to rub it in our face in their face or nothing like that, but we're trying to do what they failed to do. So like, I bet you right now, Nick Jr. is just watching their redemption era right now. I bet you the boss and their employees just watching their era. I bet you they are crying in tears right now because, well, they're not crying because they regret or doing or airing what they're airing now. They're just crying to happiness. You know what I'm saying? They're crying to happiness because they were able to, you know, redeem themselves on the older shows that their older audience enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is a crazy time. Crazy time, man. And probably another underrated era. I'm not even gonna sit here a lot, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this era in the comments. Let me know if y'all enjoyed it or not. I know I personally enjoyed it, the era, because this was Nick Jr.'s time to shine. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, let's get back to the ball. So man, Nick Jr. was just going crazy, man. I know I keep saying that. I do apologize. But Nick Jr. had their time to shine, man. Nick Jr. was like, we are not fucking around this year. 2014 would be their biggest year because they was like, we is not fucking around this year, yo. We gotta redeem ourselves because PBS Kids is not doing any numbers like we are. So we gotta do something they failed to do. So that's what they did, man. They was like, they shut down PBS Kids Go. They just removing these shows off of there and not redeeming them like we are. So Nick Jr. was like, we gotta do something far more top tier than what they did. And that's what they did, and it worked out for them. So, anyways, man, let me know y'all thoughts on the 2014 to 2016 Nick Jr. redemption era. Was it trash? Was it mid? Was it great? Just let me know, man. Also, if you guys are new here and you like my commentary, of course, or if you guys want to see more talking videos, just let me know y'all ideas, man. You know, let me know what eras I missed while I'm doing talking videos. Because this channel isn't just about gaming or nothing like that. It's also about talking videos. So anyway, so just, yeah, hit me up on IG, share your ideas. let me know what y'all want to do, man. Second thought. Anyways, I'm sorry. With that being said, I'm gonna kill